Hi, fellow traders. I hope everybody's having a great hump day. I'm sorry I didn't get to do a recap yesterday. It was my birthday. I hung out, yesterday after the market with the fam. Didn't get a chance to do any recap videos. So I'm going to do recap yesterday and recap my trade from this morning. I don't foresee me taking any more trades today. The market's pretty much died, for me anyway, in the tight trading I do. So I'm just going to go ahead and recap it. If we do take a trade later on, I'll just add that to tomorrow. But the message I have for you guys today is it's okay to lose to the market. It's never okay to lose to fear. And, what that means is the market, the conditions in the market are volatile. We can have the best technical setup. Our technical analysis can be spot on, but the market may not move in the direction that we anticipated to move in. Or it's not going to, the setup's not going to follow through. And that's just the way the market is. And it's okay to lose that. That's what we accept. We as traders, we have to accept the fact that these things are going to happen. We can't predict the outcome. We have a strategy that we know is profitable, but we know that it's not going to work 100% of the time. But we know over a period of time that we're going to be profitable in the end. So it's okay to lose to the market. But if we're letting fear creep in, the fear of missing out, the fear of losing, the fear of being wrong, if we let all that stuff creep in and that's causing us to lose, that's not okay. And that's what we need to eliminate. And that's what we're working on in our Roadmap to Success series. We're at that point now where we're trying to eliminate fear. Because once we eliminate that fear, you can make money. Believe me, when you eliminate it, you'll know it. That light bulb will come off, and you'll be able to see things so much clearer and understand things, so much better. And more importantly, you'll be able to tell everybody this bullshit. So you won't have to listen to anybody. You won't have to believe what anybody tells you. You will have unlocked, not the secret, but you would have unlocked everything that it takes to make money in the market. And when you see that and you understand it, you'll be able to tell whether other people do or not. And that's something you do for yourself. But, just remember, if you are feeling that fear, if you have fear creeping into your trading, you got to stop and you got to eliminate it. All right, so let's take a look at yesterday. EA, this was our opening range breakdown. I had to wait a little bit until we got below the below the 100 moving average here. I didn't want to short into that. It's just a rule that I had. I just can't short into support. Even though sometimes it is a good idea, the stock's weak and it's probably not going to hold. I just can't set that precedence for myself. So, I shorted, got in under the 100. First target was a 200 here, and then hit, my other targets. But I have 50 shares left on to, see if we were going to get to my final target. But we bounced. And once we rejected the 9 here, I just added back a full position and was going to look to, trade the secondary move with a full position. Got to my first target, but, we bounced, took me out break even. This was actually break even. I know this is higher than my entry point here, but like I said, I had some more shares from this position. So all I did was, use the average I had at that point as my break-even point. So we came back and stopped out, and it actually turned around and made the move, which is frustrating sometimes. But that's the market. Again, that's the conditions that we trade in. I accept it. Every time I put on a trade, I accept the fact that I don't know what's going to happen. I just need to execute my trade plan. So pretty nice trade on this, 281.50. This was the only trade I took in my the small account yesterday. I attempted to do an all-day hold, and I will look at that here in a minute. This is the earnings trade that we took yesterday. Now, fortunately, I got back early yesterday. My son came right to the car. I was sitting in the front of the carpool line, and we pulled right out of there. I was able to get back before the close and go through this earnings trade with you. Now, I wasn't going to take this because this didn't have the move potential that I like. I like 3-4 points. This one had the 2, potentially 3, but more likely, 2 to 2.5 point move on it. It just didn't seem like one was worth my risk. But because I was there, the chart traded perfectly. It set up just like I like to see it going into the close. So we traded it. And I took you guys, if you were in chat yesterday, at the end of the day, you were right here with me. I took you through it step by step. And it actually got to 23.50. That was my target, final target. But, later on in aftermarket. But with these, I'm not going to hold. I don't like to hold these past 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I just don't. Because you don't know what can happen. The volume dies on this. And all it takes is somebody to come in and dump it. And you've given back all your profits. So on these, I'm not going to hold it, much longer after the initial move. And then, you always have the conference call coming in, so you got that to deal with, so, I'm not gonna chance it. So I took it off here. Really nice. Only 351.08, but like I said, this one didn't have a lot of move potential in it. I only went in 300 shares. Because I was talking through it with you guys, and I wanted to make sure, that if I lost my focus because I was answering a question, that if something happened, it didn't hurt me. But, and we're going to talk about these, I'm going to unbox this strategy, the second part of our, education webinar today. So if you're not in chat, make sure you're there by 4:30. Because I'm going to unbox this strategy a little bit so you can, kind of start getting an idea of, what I'm doing. So that was the earnings trade. Now, TWLO, this is one, I was trying to do an all-day hold on this. It just didn't, I was just all messed up. I mean, I got in, good entry. Nice sell-off. It didn't quite get to 114.50 on, this first one. I mean 114. I'm sorry. It didn't get to 114, which is where I had my target, and we bounced and pulled back, and it just looked like we weren't going to do anything. We made a higher low, so I took it off, and I'm like, I get in the car, I'm going to go to lunch, and I'm like, you know what? That's not the way you trade this strategy. You don't trade it that way. You trade it off a 60-minute chart, and you let it work all day. So I just got back in it here, and you can see we did recover and bounce and all that, but it didn't hit my stop up here. And I just let it work and ended up taking it off, right before the close because they were reporting earnings. And I had no idea which direction this was going to go. I knew it could go either way because of, everything that has come out. and the way it has been trading, this would have been a guess. So I did not leave this on because I had no idea where this was going. You know, for me to take the trade, everything has to set up to where I believe my strategy has a good chance of working out. And it didn't on this trade, so I took it off. Now, had I left it on, I'd have really been rolling in dough. I probably would have took the rest of the week off. You know, but again, I don't trade that way. So, you know, had to let that go. All right, so yesterday was pretty good. This was my main day trading account. This is the one I had up when I took the earnings trade. So everything was in this account. So also, I got an entry on CNX. This is the swing for my Grow Your Dough Challenge. This is the next trade I'm taking. And just like the first trade I took, this thing is very slow getting out of the gate. It is not moving at all. So, you know, I guess this is going to be another slow roller, or it's going to sit there until the moving averages catch up with it and slam it back down. But before then, I will have taken this thing off. You know, I'm not going to let this run. So, got in this yesterday, and we're going to be holding on to that, waiting for it to run back up, you know, do the oversold move, come back up to the 20, potentially hit the 50, you know, just as far as it can get back. And today, EXEL was our trade, opening range breakdown, another textbook opening range trade. You know, here I kind of gave it a minute and waited for this next candle to print because of the price action. It was just really volatile, and so I had to give it a little bit of extra time. I did. Got in here right on point. I missed this cover. It jumped down here, but by the time I clicked it, we had popped back up. So I missed this by a couple of cents. But I should have had the limit order sitting there already, but I was just doing it manually. And when you do a market order, sometimes that happens. You know, it jumps out of your range, and that's kind of what happened here. But here I picked up a little bit because it got more on the other side. This was the second target, and we couldn't break this. I left a little bit on. We couldn't break this level here. This was the 50 from the daily chart. We couldn't lose it, and I ended up taking the rest off, and that was it for the day. Really haven't found anything else, any other trades that seem to be working out for me. So, you know, that's my day. So 159.78, not bad. I mean, we don't have a bad week going. Monday was a really solid day. Yesterday was pretty good. Today, it was just okay, but I'll take it. On days like today, I will take, you know, one solid trade like this. Keep your confidence level high. And, you know, I'm ready to come in and attack tomorrow. So that's going to do it for me today. You guys have a great rest of the day. And I will see you. If I don't see you in chat this afternoon at 4:30, I will see you first thing in the morning.